Let me ask you something very direct. When was the last time you read a menu in a dimly lit restaurant and actually felt confident doing it? Or driven at night without those oncoming headlights feeling sharper and more blinding than they used to? Or picked up a book and found the words crisp and clear without squinting, without moving it closer? If those moments feel familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. What you're experiencing is not simply old age. Your eyes are not just wearing out. Something specific is happening inside the structures of your eye, something that begins quietly, progresses slowly, and in most cases, your doctor never connects to what you're eating. After 60, the protective layer inside your eye, the part responsible for sharp central vision, starts losing its natural defense system. And the single biggest factor that determines how fast that happens, it's not your genetics, it's not your screen time, it's what you put on your plate. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 best vegetables for protecting and supporting your vision after 60, ranked from helpful to remarkably powerful. These are foods that directly feed your macula, shield your lens, and fight the exact kind of damage that steals sharp vision with age. And stay with me until the end, because I'm also going to share a bonus tip about how to eat these vegetables so your body actually absorbs what your eyes need most. Let's get started. But before we get into the list, I want to ask you something, and I'd love for you to answer honestly in the comments below. Have you noticed any changes in your vision recently? Maybe colors don't look quite as vivid as they used to. Maybe reading the newspaper takes a little more effort than it did 5 years ago. Or perhaps driving after dark has started to feel a little less comfortable. Whatever it is, small or significant, tell me below. And what we're about to cover may finally explain why it's happening. Let's start with a vegetable that almost nobody thinks about when it comes to eye health. And that's exactly why I'm starting here. Green peas. I know what you're thinking. Peas? Those little things sitting quietly on the side of your plate? Yes, those ones. And here's why they deserve far more credit than they get. Green peas contain both lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that your body cannot produce on its own. You have to get them from food. And these 2 compounds do something remarkable inside your eye. They accumulate directly in the macula, the region responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision, and form what researchers call macular pigment. Think of macular pigment as your eye's own internal sunscreen. It filters out harmful blue light, the kind that streams in every day from sunlight and screens, and neutralizes the free radicals that slowly damage retinal cells over time. A landmark study published in the journal Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that higher macular pigment density is strongly associated with a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration, one of the leading causes of vision loss in adults over 60, and green peas deliver this quietly, affordably, and in a form your body absorbs well, especially when eaten warm with a small amount of healthy fat like olive oil. Fresh or frozen, added to soups, rice, or a simple side dish, they are one of the easiest first steps you can take for your eyes today. Now, this one surprises almost every patient I mention it to, and I've been mentioning it for years. Sweet corn. Most people think of corn as just a starchy side dish, something enjoyable at a summer barbecue, but nothing particularly meaningful for your health. What very few people realize is that yellow corn, specifically the yellow variety, is one of the most concentrated natural sources of zeaxanthin found in any vegetable. And zeaxanthin is not a minor player. It is one of only 2 carotenoids that deposit directly into the macula of your eye. While lutein is found throughout the retina, zeaxanthin concentrates in the very center, the fovea, which is the most critical zone for reading, recognizing faces, and seeing fine detail. Research published in the Archives of Biochemistry and Biophysics confirmed that dietary zeaxanthin directly increases macular pigment optical density, essentially thickening your eye's natural protective filter against blue light and oxidative stress. In a generation that now faces more artificial light exposure than any before it, that protection matters enormously. What makes corn particularly valuable is that the zeaxanthin survives light cooking remarkably well. Lightly steamed, griddled, or added to a warm salad, the nutrient holds. And because corn is naturally enjoyable to eat, it's one of the easiest habits to actually maintain consistently. Consistency, I always remind my patients, is what builds real protection over time. So don't overlook the humble ear of corn. Your macula is quietly depending on it. We are now moving into the heart of this list. And number 3 is where things get genuinely impressive. Broccoli. Most people know broccoli is healthy, but very few understand just how specifically and powerfully it protects the aging eye. Because broccoli doesn't offer one benefit for your vision, it offers several simultaneously, and that combination is what makes it stand apart from almost everything else on your plate. First, broccoli contains meaningful amounts of both lutein and zeaxanthin, the same macular protecting carotenoids we discussed in points 1 and 2. But it doesn't stop there. Broccoli is also exceptionally high in vitamin C, which plays a critical and often overlooked role in eye health. The lens of your eye, the structure responsible for focusing light, contains one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C of any tissue in the entire human body, and research published in Ophthalmology Journal found that higher vitamin C intake is associated with a significantly reduced risk of cataract progression in older adults. But here is what truly sets broccoli apart. It contains sulforaphane, a powerful compound that activates your body's own internal antioxidant defense pathways, specifically a protein called NRF2. Think of NRF2 as the master switch for cellular protection. When sulforaphane activates it, your retinal cells become significantly more resistant to UV damage and oxidative stress, the two forces most responsible for age-related vision deterioration. Lightly steam your broccoli, just 4 to 5 minutes. That preserves the sulforaphane and keeps the vitamin C intact. One vegetable, 3 layers of protection. Your eyes feel the difference. Before we continue to the final 2 vegetables, and these are the ones I consider the most important on this entire list, I want to take just a moment to ask something of you. If what you've learned so far has been genuinely useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Every week, I share research-backed guidance specifically for adults over 60. The kind of practical, honest health information that is surprisingly hard to find. There is no fluff here, no complicated advice, just clear, trustworthy guidance to help you see better, move better, and feel better. Now, let's continue. Number 4 is one that rarely appears on any eye health list, and that absence genuinely surprises me, because in clinical practice, this vegetable has quietly impressed me for years. Swiss chard. If you've never cooked with it before, I understand. It looks unfamiliar. It sits in the corner of the produce section and most people walk right past it. But what Swiss chard offers your aging eyes is something few vegetables can match: breadth. While most vegetables deliver 1 or 2 key eye nutrients, Swiss chard brings an entire spectrum. It contains lutein and zeaxanthin for macular protection, beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, the nutrient absolutely essential for low-light vision and the health of your cornea, plus vitamin C for lens protection and meaningful amounts of minerals that support eye tissue repair and ocular circulation. Research published in the British Journal of Ophthalmology found that vitamin A deficiency, even mild subclinical deficiency, is directly linked to deteriorating night vision and increased retinal vulnerability in older adults. Swiss chard addresses that risk quietly and consistently. What makes it particularly valuable is bioavailability. When you sauté Swiss chard lightly in olive oil, the fat-soluble carotenoids, lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene, absorb into your bloodstream far more efficiently than they would from a raw source. The olive oil is not optional here. It is part of what makes this vegetable truly work. 1 pan, 10 minutes, and your eyes receive nourishment at every level. And now we arrive at the most powerful vegetable on this entire list. The one I recommend most consistently to my patients over 60. The one that, if you add nothing else from today's video, I would still urge you to start eating this week. Orange bell pepper. What makes it extraordinary is not one nutrient, it is the combination. Orange bell pepper is among the single richest vegetable sources of zeaxanthin available in any grocery store. At the same time, it contains more vitamin C per serving than an orange, more than almost any other vegetable you could put on your plate. And that dual action is precisely what makes it so valuable for the aging eye. The zeaxanthin deposits directly into your macula, increasing macular pigment density and filtering the blue light and oxidative stress that silently erode central vision over time. Meanwhile, the vitamin C works on a different front, strengthening the tiny blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to your retina, protecting the lens from the clouding that leads to cataracts, and supporting the eye's internal repair processes that slow with every passing decade. The landmark AREDS2 study, one of the most significant clinical trials ever conducted on age-related eye disease, identified zeaxanthin and vitamin C as two of the core protective nutrients for macular health in older adults. Orange bell pepper delivers both, naturally, in a single food. Eat it raw. Slice it fresh as an afternoon snack. That preserves every milligram of vitamin C your eyes are asking for. This is not just a vegetable. For your eyes after 60, it is medicine from your kitchen. Now, before we close, I want to share something that most nutrition videos never tell you, and it may be the most practically important thing in this entire video. Eating these vegetables is only half the equation. How you eat them determines how much your eyes actually receive. Here is what I mean. Lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene are all fat-soluble nutrients. That means they cannot be properly absorbed by your body without fat present at the same meal. Studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirmed that adding a healthy fat source, even a small amount, increases carotenoid absorption by up to 300% compared to eating the same vegetables without fat. So drizzle olive oil over your steamed broccoli. Sauté your Swiss chard in a teaspoon of good oil. Add a few slices of avocado alongside your bell pepper. These are not indulgences. They are absorption strategies. The second tip is equally important. Do not overcook. Prolonged high heat destroys vitamin C almost completely and significantly degrades sulforaphane in broccoli. Light steaming, brief sautéing, or eating raw where appropriate, that is where the nutritional value lives. And the third tip is the simplest one of all: consistency. One serving of bell pepper this week will not transform your vision, but adding 2 or 3 of these vegetables to your daily meals, week after week, builds the macular pigment density and antioxidant protection your eyes genuinely need. Your eyes don't need perfection. They need persistence. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 vegetables are you going to start adding to your meals this week? Is it the bell pepper, the broccoli, or perhaps Swiss chard? Something you've never tried before? Drop it in the comments below. And if you're already eating any of these regularly, tell me, have you noticed a difference in your vision? Your answer could genuinely help someone else watching right now. If this video helped you, please subscribe. Every week I share practical, research-backed guidance designed specifically for adults over 60. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.